What if I told you that all of Don Bosco's miracles, prophecies, and incredible success with youth came down to one simple action? A decision so profound yet so achievable that anyone could follow in his footsteps. Today we'll uncover the secret that transformed a humble priest into one of the church's most remarkable saints. The Miracles and Prophecies of St. John Bosco, a project of America Needs Fatima. I'm your host, Adrian Fonseca. Subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today we're diving into the heart of Don Bosco's extraordinary life to discover the foundational choice that shaped his entire ministry. As we explore this remarkable story, keep in mind the power of complete dedication to God through Mary. How simple acts of devotion can transform our lives and the impact of living constantly in God's presence. The question to ponder throughout the story: how might our lives change if we, like Don Bosco, entrusted everything into Our Lady's care? Before revealing this secret, I want to show you what Don Bosco's career entailed and how he threw himself into it 100%. Much of what you learn today is related by those who lived near him and saw him firsthand, how Don Bosco spent his time. So let's begin. Don Bosco spent the first months of his priesthood in the rectory of his native village. The old men of the village attested to Father Secundo Marquisio how he spent his day bringing the Blessed Viaticum to the sick, that's Holy Communion before the dying, administering extreme unction to those people, assisting them in their last moments, taking part in all the other religious functions. And they added how he willingly took on the task of instructing the children to the Christian life. He went about this in such a lively way that the children were actually eager to go to their lessons. A well-known manuscript of Don Bosco himself also confirms this. Quote, "In 1841, lacking my vice curate provost, I filled the office for 5 months. I took the greatest pleasure in working. I preached every Sunday, visited the sick, and administered the holy sacraments to them, except penance, because I had not yet taken the confession examination. I attended burials, kept the parish books in order, and made certificates of poverty or otherwise. But my delight was catechizing the children, staying with them, talking to them. From Meraldo, who was from another village, they often came to visit me. When I went home, I was always surrounded by them. In the village, they also became my companions and friends. Leaving the parish house, a host of young boys always accompanied me, and wherever I went, I was always surrounded by my little friends who were happy to be around me." Don Bosco took a special joy in baptizing infants. The Book of Baptisms notes that almost all baby boys baptized by Don Bosco were given the name Luis. Why Luis? Don Bosco wanted, as far as it lay within his power, to place these boys from their infancy under the custody of the angelic protector of purity, the Italian Saint Aloysius, or Luis Gonzaga, so that he might defend them from the dangers that undermine so beautiful a virtue as purity. Don Bosco was a man of extraordinary faith. He believed with the fullest agreement of the intellect and with a perfect act of the will, all the truths revealed by God. He had a deep, spontaneous, constant acceptance, without a shadow of a doubt, that was never contradicted by any of his acts or words throughout his life. He was just plain happy that he was born a Christian and became a child of God through holy baptism. 1,000 times he was heard thanking God for giving him the privilege to be born in the womb of the Holy Catholic Church. He corresponded to this grace by boldly professing his faith before men without worrying about what those who were more blessed than he would think. The thought of God's presence was always on his mind. He never approached anyone without mentioning some truth of the faith. He did this without any effort. Sometimes he did it by speaking of material things, like a business, and he knew how to talk about God in such an amiable way that he made conversations pleasant, even with those who would never want to hear about things of religion. Those who did not know him admired him and wondered about his holiness. Was it real? In answer to this, I will now reveal the secret of Don Bosco's success, as related by some school and seminary companions who were privy to his secret. They in turn told the secret to Father Francis Dalmazo, who related this under oath. When he resided in the seminary, Don Bosco consecrated himself to God by a perpetual vow. At the foot of Mary's altar, he offered the lily of his heart to her, which is why he manifested so much love for mortification and poverty. That's it. So simple that you and I could do this, yet so profound it would take us a lifetime to perfect it as Don Bosco did. His tenor of life was one of continuous mortification, but with a smile and always practicing generosity towards others. Case in point, those who went to the Becci home to visit him, or to have some grammar lessons, were sometimes led by him to the vineyard and gifted with some beautiful fruit. However, he was never seen enjoying the sweet produce himself. Neither grapes, peaches, nor any other kind of fruit that abounded in all the vineyards passed his lips. Why? Because he had made a strict law for himself to never eat or drink outside of mealtimes. His moral behavior was so admirable that it seemed as if a halo of modesty surrounded his entire person, sparkling in his every gesture. Alienated from all curiosity, he was no longer seen attending shows of any kind, except for those entertainments in which he sometimes played the part of an actor to entertain the youngsters. Don Bosco's secret to success is too powerful to keep to ourselves. If this message about consecrating ourselves to Our Lady touched your heart, imagine how it could impact others in your life. Who do you know that needs to hear this message of hope and transformation? Share this video with someone who's searching for meaning in their life. Maybe it's a friend struggling with their faith, a family member feeling lost, or someone who needs encouragement in their devotion to Mary. By sharing Don Bosco's secret, you're not just spreading information, you're offering others the key to spiritual transformation that he discovered. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, hitting that notification bell to ensure that you never miss these powerful stories of faith. Your simple act of sharing could be the catalyst as someone needs to place their own heart in Mary's care, just as Don Bosco did. Here's your takeaway for today's video. All the attributes and accomplishments of Don Bosco, including his miracles and prophecies, can be traced back to one specific action he took. He offered the lily of his heart to the Blessed Virgin Mary. He never took it back, but left his heart in Mary's care. That was the key to his success, and it will be the key to yours as well. The story we explored today shows us that Don Bosco's dedication to God permeated every aspect of his life, from his joy in baptizing infants to his constant mindfulness of God's presence. His mortification and self-denial were always accompanied by a smile and generosity towards others. Most importantly, the foundation of everything wasn't his talent or abilities, but his complete entrustment to Mary. Now, what struck you most about Don Bosco's secret to success? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Your insight might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. Thank you for joining me. St. John Bosco, pray for us. May God bless you, and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you.